Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, well, first, welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to my channel here at Turbo Talon Golf. That's what it's currently called. It is a very lazy Sunday here. It's the 27th of April, 2025 here in northern Utah. I haven't swung a club. I think I swung a club yesterday. I haven't warmed up, etc., etc., etc. But we're going to play this next level of Central Park North here on Operation 26 on GS Pro. Operation 36, my goodness. So let's get this loaded up. Play Central Park North. I just got done mowing the lawn. So I bought a new lawnmower. I've been using the same, I think it's a Craftsman lawnmower that I bought at Sears. Some of you guys may remember Sears. I think most of them have closed, if not all of them. But I bought that mower probably, I might have been using that mower for almost 15, 20 years. It still works. It don't burn oil or anything, but it the self-propel doesn't work anymore. So I just decided to buy a new lawnmower. I got a DeWalt gas-powered lawnmower from the Home Depot. Penalties are dynamic based on speed, lie, and launch angle. Select a stream. This one. Boom. Excellent. All right. We're at 226 yards. 226 yards. If you guys aren't familiar with Operation 36, we started at 25 yards out from the pin. We had 4 strokes, right? We had 4 strokes to get from 25 yards out from the pin into the cup. And then once I completed that challenge in 36 or fewer strokes, hence the name Operation 36, you've basically got to play 9 holes at a par pace. And then you move a little further out. I think we moved from 25 to 50 yards to 100 yards, etc., so forth and so on. And each time you move out, you still only got 4 strokes, or whatever the prescribed amount of strokes is here, to get the ball in the hole. Because 9 times 4 is 36, right? And I've progressed now to where I am 226 yards out from the pin, and I have 4 strokes to get it there. And I would imagine we get pretty far out to where everything is a normal length par 4. But 226 yards out for me is like a 3 wood. So let's see if we can't get some work done here. Let's see what we can do. I haven't warmed up or anything, so I'm guessing this challenge is going to take a bit. Oh, that hurt. My launch monitor didn't pick anything up. It doesn't even show that it's on. is this stream, can we pause it? Can we pause the stream? No? All right, well, I guess you guys get to come on this journey with me. Okay. Launch monitor is not even coming on here. I'm gonna move off camera here. Where's my power cord? Power cord, power cord. No, that's not it. Where's the power cord for the launch monitor? It's up there. There's a whole lot going on here, people. A whole lot going on. Let's grab the ladder here. I'm running a Pro TVX launch monitor. It's up here above. Let's find out why this sucker's not coming on here. Power lights on. Okay. I'm seeing the infrared lights. I heard the fan come on. I think it's on this time. The joys of having a golf simulator. It's usually pretty great. Okay. Let's restart the lab software here. Exit application, exit. There it is. Setting up swing video, summary. Okay, it sees a ball now, and it looks like it's on. I can see the camera light thing. All right. So assuming that didn't screw up the connector in GS Pro, let's do this again. It wasn't a bad shot. It wasn't really a good shot. Let's see here what we can do. 40, we're 40 out. A little too much sauce there. No. Over here. We're over here. There we go. So this ball's going to want to go hard left for a second. 34, 35 feet here. Too hot. Seven feet, 8 feet here, excuse me. Par. Okay, now we're 241 yards out. We can see from the lab software shot camera I hit that off the heel. That will improve as the round goes on. I'm not warm at all here. 80 yards out. "37 feet to the pin, baby." Let's call this 6 feet to the pin here. And I still missed it. We'll get warmed up. Okay, now I'm +1, you can see there. And I got to gain that stroke back from somewhere, or I won't pass the challenge. "62 yards out." I don't know why I can't put my golf clubs back where they go. Everything in its place and a place for everything, or whatever the saying is. 62 yards. Oh, that was terrible. We'll get warmed up. We'll get warmed up. 30. Uh, 11, 12, 13, 14 feet here. Got real lucky there. 227 yards on this one. Down 11, so it won't quite play that far. Next shot's 30 something, 31 through a tree. Okay, that'll get us back a stroke. .236 this time. Slicing it over there, unfortunately. Let's see here. 50 yards to the pin. No. 11 yards to the pin now. So close. Sixth hole, we're even through 5 here. So 236 again. So far I've been slicing the heck out of this wood, this 3 wood here. Beauty of a shot there. $29. Let's see if we can capitalize here. Not quite. For birdie, 10 feet. Yes, sunk it. Okay, what do we got here? Hole 7, 240, obviously. I think we might be able to find our ball there in real life. I don't know. 43 yards to the pin. We're down about 1.5 feet. It's going to play about 11 feet, 11.5 feet here. Two under. 8th hole. 226. So we're cycling between 226, 240, etc. All right, not a bad shot there, 53 yards. Would like to be a little closer than that. That wasn't bad. What did we lose? 7%. $32 feet, 31 feet here. Ninth hole. 236. We got a couple of bunkers guarding the green. Haven't really been getting there though. Little worm burner there off the heel. $50 yards in. Sit. Nice. All righty. So somehow, even though we started off a little slow, we were able to get in there 3 under 33. All right, guys, I gotta take a small break. I'll be back. I don't know how to pause. Should be back. We're back. Check out the stats here. 4 pars, 4 birdies, 1 bogey, 13 putts. Longest drive was 206, average drive was 191. Total putting 50 feet. And then you've got drive speed, average 123, best at 126. It took me 22 minutes to do that somehow. Greens in regulation, 7 of 9. Fairways, 3 of 9. There you have it. What is next? Operation 36, play course. How far out will we be this time? 250? It's hard to tell. $262. All right, so same exercise, but now we're a little bit further out. We really got to work this 3-wood. Really got to work it. Okay. $89. Instead of being able to use my lob wedge for everything, I've got to grab a sand wedge because I'm not getting any distance on that 3. That wasn't a great shot, but we're all right. 19, let's see if we can get this up there. Five-footer. Not bad, not bad. Let's see if we can't get a hold of one with this. Oh, 273. Oh my. That's a ways. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. What do we do there? hit her off the top a little. See if we can't get this gap wedge over there. That probably should have gone a little further than it did. But that's all right. What'd we lose? Oh, 20% penalty, that's why. Okay. Okay, that, wish that had rolled out a smidge more than it did, but here we are. $19, 20 feet. Nice. Nice. .261 on the third hole. $70 yards this time. That's no good. Get down. 26. Roll up in there, baby. Six foot 5 inches here. Even par after 3. Okay, we're blind here. We're blind. Uh-oh. Get over there. Oh, nice. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, we got a little bit of padding now. 277 here. Can we get it there at least? Okay, give me a good bounce left here. .55 yards. Grab the old lob wedge. Ball was supposed to come out right, but it did not. Kind of went where I aimed. 16 feet, 16 and a half foot feel here. I don't know if that had dropped. I don't know if that would have dropped. Sixth hole, 273. We're one under par. We got a little bit of leeway here. Starting to get a little warmed up. Okay, we're sailing this. We're sailing the 3-wood right almost every time. 86. It's up 3. It'll play more like 90 here. Let's see if we can get this up there. 10. We'll keep the sand wedge here. Little too much there. Hopefully we can get this putt in for par here. 8-footer. Not quite. Okay. Traded a birdie for a bogey, which is fine. 7th hole, 271. This is pretty challenging, I will admit. Okay. Roll out, hit that hill. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, we got a bit of a downhill lie here. 31, down 10 inches. Let's see if we can't get it over there. 31. Not bad. Eight feet here. What's going on, brother? How you doing on this fine Sunday? Hosel Rocket Golf just popped into the chat. All right, 8th hole's 270 yards out. $61 yards. I think we're gonna lose like 5 or 6% out of this stuff. 60 yards. All right, not quite. Not quite. We got 2/3 of the way there. This is just breaking all over the place. I'm just going to hit it 45, 55 foot feel here. Man, I zinged that one. That's crazy. 15, 15, 15 is 45. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, 20 feet here. Okay, so we ate up our birdie there. 9th hole, we just got to par this. .278, it'll play like 282-ish. 3 wood, up to no good, as always. Roll up there. Hazel says he's been zapped all day. Just like out of energy. Like you having a lazy Sunday like me? Or did you literally get electrocuted? Are you an electrician? Nine feet here, uphill a little bit. Just smoked that, boy. Was uphill too. Okay, if we don't make this putt, we're screwed. We will lose the challenge, I believe. Alrighty. That's level 7 of Operation 36. I can't wait to see what the next level is. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here we go again. Here we go again, guys. If you guys just joined, we're playing the Operation 36 from GS Pro. You play 9 holes, and you have 36 strokes to finish all 9 holes, hence Operation 36. Meaning you got to be on a par pace. It gets progressively further from the hole. It started out at 25 yards from the hole and you had 4 strokes to get it in, right? Pretty easy. You could probably putt it in and be fine. Then 50, and then, right, further and further and further out. I just played level 7 and I was around 275 yards out on every hole. I don't even want to know how far out we're going to be this time. I'm assuming upwards of 300. And I think the eventual goal is to play a 9-hole round of golf. Yeah, okay, we're at 300 yards plus here. I don't know if you're allowed to tee off because we're not technically on a tee box, but level 8 appears to be 300 yards out, which is way out of anything I can hit off the fairway. I'm going to try this mini driver off the deck. Again, I don't know if you're allowed to use a tee or not. So let's just see what kind of trouble we can get in here. Mini driver, burner mini driver off the deck, because I am so far out from the hole. Okay, so depending on how well I hit this driver off the deck, I'm probably going to be a gap wedge or a sand wedge out on every shot. Okay, Hosel Rocket says I can tee it up, so kind of crap the bed there. 95 yards. It's going to want to come out a smidge left here. Okay, gap wedge was a little too much. I think we could have done with a decent strike with the sand wedge. That gap wedge flew the hole. 24, 23 feet here. That was not a great read, but we're par. Okay, this one's 312. That's pretty wacky. The wacky tobacco. $312 yards. Okay, that's way too much backspin. Way too much backspin. That's like 1,500 RPM more backspin than you want. Hence the 223 yard drive. Okay, we want to hit this ball, I'd say about 80 yards. That's going to probably go too far. And at this distance out, having 4 strokes, one mistake could make it so you don't pass your exam. So now we're 45 yards out after our second shot, which is no bueno. And then, I mean, hopefully that rolls out a little. That's a long par putt. Triple Threat Roy says, hell, that's all I want out of a drive. Well, more, but realistically, yeah. I mean, we've talked about it before. You can have a good time on the golf course hitting 200, 225 yard drives. Just, I think when you get to, assuming you ever play the back tees, it just really, if you can't get a decent drive, you're kind of screwed. 28, let's call this 26-ish feet here. Too much. 12. All right, well, that's no good. This hole, maybe we can catch up, but we might be SOL here. 9 feet, 10 feet. All right, so we got to get a stroke back somewhere so we can stay on our 36 strokes. Flying Fat Kid says my setup keeps getting better and better. It's the same as it was yesterday. I have more Cinnamon Toast Crunch boxes. Can you see these? We got some Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats and a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Breakfast of champions, folks. Triple Threat Roy says, Hazel, I put up my first official video. It's the first 2 minutes or so. I left something for you. Okay. First official video. Hazel says he will check the video out. All right, we got OB on the right here. If we go OB, we are certainly going to fail the challenge. That's too many strokes to try to recover. We are getting a ton of backspin off the tee here, and that really hurts. That really hurts. It doesn't give you a very penetrating ball flight, right? Your ball's spinning through the air. You don't want to have too little backspin, but that is twice as much as I should have. Maybe not quite twice as much. Flying Fat Kid says Cinnamon Toast Crunch for the win. Yes, and it's good for you too. Okay, a little bit of rollback. I don't like what's going on here. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. We'll fast forward this. Okay, we had a birdie putt, but there's a false front that we just rolled down. It's still a birdie putt, just the chances of it going in are a little less. 22, 35 feet fill here. And it's stuck, luckily. I can see this one's probably going to take a few tries. 8 foot 10, 11, 12 feet here. Okay, now we're 2 strokes down. We got to recover 2 strokes over the course of 6 holes here. Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. This is where my short drives kind of start to hurt me. Okay, that 3-wood off the deck only had 2,000 RPM of backspin, and you can see that it carried further, and obviously it's rolling down a hill, so it's going to have a greater total length, but yeah, I don't know. What's the chat say here? Triple Threat Roy. I'm not going to read the whole thing about the names. I don't personally care, but it's turboed Talon. Some people think it's turbo D-Talon, and I see how you could think that, but I made that handle up when I was like 15 because I had an Eagle Talon. I still have one. But I thought I was a cool little racer kid, so turboed Talon. Yeah, this challenge is really good practice. And I am getting a lot more comfortable with these Mizuno Pro 221 irons. For a while there, I thought I made a huge mistake getting muscle backs because I'm a 24 handicap in real life, so I thought I might be screwing myself, but I'm hitting them just as well as I hit those game improvement irons, those Callaway game improvement irons I was using before. That's probably too much. Okay, 12 yard out. That's a long putt. It does sound better than Turboed Escort. One of my buddies at work was making fun of me for having a Yahoo email address still. He's like, you didn't move to Gmail? And I said, when did that start to matter? All right, this putt is going to be very difficult. It's going to dribble down, and we'll just see where it ends up. But I do need to hit like 25 feet of feel. And that was not it. Okay, so we're going to drop another stroke down. This challenge is probably more suited for someone who hits pretty far off the tee, which is not, that isn't kind of not what I do. Not in the simulator. In real life, I hit a 275-yard drive. Not here, though. Let's hit an 11 here. Okay, was that drop us another 2 or 1 stroke? Okay, we're 3 strokes. We got to gain 3 strokes over 5 holes now, which is, that's kind of a lot to ask, really. What's the chat say? Flying Fat Kid says he still has a Yahoo account. Well, good, man. We can be cool together. I think where we're going to land, we might be blocked out by a tree, but this is a 25% power penalty. So we have to do some math. The tree is a collider, 25, so we need to hit about 120 yards. Let's try a 9-iron here. All right, that wasn't enough. What was the penalty there? Yeah, 19%. And we're putting for par. This is a pretty long par putt here, 20 feet. It had a chance. Okay, we're 4 strokes down now. Pretty unreasonable to think that we're going to pass the test. As you guys can see, I'm having a lot of trouble hitting anything straight here, which is kind of my MO every day. Triple Threat Roy says he's impressed at how smooth and compact my swing is with as big as I am. I appreciate it, but you're perhaps the first person that's ever said that, so I appreciate you. I've been golfing since 2003. Started taking it seriously about 10 months ago. Just because I was sick of getting my butt beat all the time in scrambles at work and stuff. So we'll get there. Been practicing quite a bit. Okay, we gotta pick up a stroke. 7, 8, 9. We'd have to eagle one of these holes, and that's kind of unrealistic. But we'll do the best we can here. Okay, I think we're 70 out. And we're going to lose 7%. Okay, too much taco sauce there. We are a mile from the hole. I think this will be the first one of these I failed. Not on the first try here. Wait, what am I trying to say? The first one I didn't pass on the first try will be this one that I will fail here in 2 holes. Okay, well that putt dribbles to wherever it's going. What do we got in the chat? Triple Threat Roy says he's 6 foot 330. Yeah, buddy, you should be in the NFL. Hazel says we should have a big dude scramble. Roy doesn't hit driver though, probably because Roy hits his driver 300 yards. Hazel Rocket says just watched some of it. Flying Fat Kid says let's do the scramble. And then Triple Threat says you know why when you check the video. Is that video public or did you only send it to Hazel? That putt wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, but it's still quite a ways out. Okay, I think is that another stroke? Yeah, we're on the bogey train here. So it would appear that when I get to 300 yards out from the hole, things start to come apart. 309. $300 yards. Everything's slicing right. Let's aim a little right, left here. 3 wood off the deck, because that's how I'm getting the most penetrating ball flight. And then, of course, because I aimed left, the shot went dead straight. I believe that is a rule of golf. That's in the USGA rule book. Thou shalt not aim left to fade thy shot onto the fairway, or thou shalt be penalized. It's in the book. Read it. I'm not making this up. I am not making it up. That is legit in the USGA rule book. It is in the USGA rule book. All right, sit down. Probably could have hit a sand wedge there. 54 degree, because once again, we're a mile and a half from the hole. 2. $29 feet here, I'd say. Or not. All right. Hey, when you guys know you're going to fail a challenge, do you still play it all the way through, or do you just exit out and start over? Like Contra style. Okay. Uncle Tony. Flying Fat Kid says if Uncle Tony says if driver doesn't work, use the 3-wood. That's not exactly what he said, but that is paraphrased. Okay, that 3-wood off the deck had 2,500 RPM. Not bad. Went a good distance, leaving us 74 yards to the pin here. We are 5 down though, so recovery at this point is not an option. Ball's gonna wanna go left. Let's just finish gracefully here. And I got a feeling we'll be trying this challenge a whole bunch of times. Okay, now we're certainly screwed. I think I've thinned more shots in this round than I have in the last month. 31 yards here. Valiant effort, but it wasn't enough. Hazel says, Uncle Tony says when driver gets colder than a turd in the backyard in January, hit the mini driver. Yeah, dude. Wise words. But I hung driver up a while ago. I don't even know where it is. Where'd it go? Is this it? Yeah, it's over here in this pile of golf clubs. Sitting on its in timeout. Okay, 18 feet here, 19 feet. It wanted to go in the hole, but it just couldn't. Okay. We've got to get 36 strokes or this ain't gonna work. It just simply is not gonna work. A dog turd in the backyard in January. In the northern hemisphere. That's pretty cold. Oh, man. Let's bring the old Callaway driver out from retirement and be an adult and see if it does any good. Hazel says, Roy explained his name in that video. What's the deal with yours, Shelby? I don't understand what you're asking me. Like, My Christian name or my handle Turboed Talon? Because I did explain the handle. The other name my parents gave to me when I was born. And you'll have to find my dad and ask him. He lives right down the street. He'd be happy to grunt at you. He's just an older version of me, but with hair. He's an older version of me, but with some hair. He says my username, so my handle Turboed Talon. It's because when I was 15 or 16, obviously 16, I still have it, not the same one, but I have a Eagle Talon Mitsubishi Eclipse, and so I thought fast, I thought on my toes, and that was my Yahoo account, was turboedtalon@yahoo.com. Okay, what happened there? Healy. Swahili. Driver's hard to hit. I don't like it. That was look, 1,000 RPM of backspin. That's total spin. Wait a minute, that's total spin. I've been reading the wrong data box this whole stinking time, and nobody even corrected me. It's funny you can get a whole bag of golf clubs for the cost of one brand name driver. Some of these are like $500-600. You can get a whole bag of golf clubs for that much money. And then all they do is make you miserable. That was Healy again. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, what do we got? 80 yards. We've just got to get the ball on the damn green in 2 shots, preferably near the pin. Preferably near the pin. Get up there. Okay. We're on in 2, thanks to that, whatever you want to call that thing I hit with my driver. Now let's get the ball up here. 37. Let's call this 50 feet here. All right. So we've left ourselves a bit of a conundrum here. Can't be going. Let's say once we get, let's make a rule. Once we get 3 strokes down, we exit out of the challenge and start over. Otherwise, we're just wasting everybody's time. That was a severe mishit. I don't know what the hell just happened there. HLA wasn't great. Okay, we're one stroke up now. What do we got? Hazel says, you guys and your names. I mean, yeah. Your name's pretty self-explanatory. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, that's clever. Okay, as you guys can see, my driver doesn't even hit as far as my 3 would. I will never understand it. I don't know. 93 yards here. My shiny Callaway driver that I paid a king's ransom for only hits like 210 yards. All right, despite a little bit of interference from the tree, we're on in 2. We've got to quit bogeying though. We've got to quit hitting bogeys. "23 feet. Okay, it seems like I don't hit it far enough or I blow it by the circle. So now we're in potential bogey territory again here. 7 feet. All right. We can come back from 1 up, but at 3 up, we will restart the challenge. What's the chat say? Flying Fat Kid says it's a shaft issue. This is a Fujikura Ventus 5S shaft. S, I'm guessing, for stiff flex. And then the adjustability here is set to stock. It's set to neutral, and it's set to the stated loft of 10.5 degrees. Hazel says, I blame Flying Fat Kid for your driver issues. He's contagious. I would love to blame somebody else for my problems because I'm an American and that's what I do. But I was hitting weak drives on GS Pro long before Flying Fat Kid and I hooked up. Shots look a little different on the actual golf course. I think GS Pro, the way it gunculates its data, is a little too, it's a little unforgiving. But I do hit slicey, fadey stuff on the golf course too, so it's not just my conspiracy theories, right? I think that's weak. At least get up there. Okay, we are not on in 2, so we got to hope to get somewhere near the pin or we will go 3 strokes down. Excuse me, 2. Okay, I believe that was bladed. So we're pretty much guaranteed a bogey here. That's too far of a putt. Starting to make some mental mistakes, and that's fine. Golf's a super tough sport. 36. We almost drained that putt, but we are going to go 2 up now. And if I interchange 2 up and 2 down, it means the same thing for all intents and purposes, baby. Can you change your 3-wood and driver shafts? I can't. I don't have the tooling. I don't know how to take these apart. But the 3-wood is a regular flex. Tensai, I believe is how you pronounce it. Regular 65-gram regular flex Mitsubishi. Which is weird because it feels stiffer than this one. That's really weird. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Let's play a little game. Let's play a little game. I got 800 other drivers over here. What do I got here? I got my old Ride or Die Cobra. Fujikura Max 65-gram stiff shaft. So basically the same. Are you saying I should use a driver with a regular shaft flex? Is that what you're getting at? You got to remember who you're talking to here. Okay, here's a regular flex Big Bertha Warbird from like 1991. Don't need these stickers anymore. Look for a regular flex. Well, here you go, dude. Regular flex right here. It's just a 30-year-old driver. And then this other Warbird, this Big Bertha Warbird, is also a stiff flex. So let's try this out. And then I think I got another driver or two laying around here. Here's a McGregor Tourney. Also stiff flex. Let's try this Warbird. Let's try this old Big Bertha Warbird here. Big Bertha Warbird. Fire, yes. Do you find it convenient that I have 800 drivers in here? It's funny, the head on these older drivers used to be considered big. Not anymore. This is the size of like a hybrid now. Okay, that was poorly struck. 100, 200 yards. We'll keep trying it. It was off the heel. 118. Yeah, we just got drivers everywhere here. Let's put some of these away. Get out of here. You're fired. 118. We'll see what happens if I can get a hold of it. 3,700 RPM of backspin though. That's like twice the amount you want on driver. Don't ask me. No bueno. No bueno. Okay, we're 2 strokes down. This is our 3rd shot. This may be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. Partially because I'm not paying a lick of attention to what I'm doing. It's hard when you're live streaming. 24. Okay, if we can make this putt, we're still in it. If not, we go 3 down and we restart the challenge. Heel strikes are killing your spin. Slightly high toe is the sweet spot. Slightly high toe. Yeah, and that's universally what I've also heard as well. That comment was from Hosel Rocket Golf. Okay, we're still in it here with a par. Let's try this regular flex shaft here again on this old Warbird. Heel strikes. What's funny, because I watch your videos and you hover your driver. You don't ground it. And I went through a period where I was trying to hover my driver and it didn't feel correct. That was a little better. It was high. I don't know, maybe. I've just got so many clubs here. I don't know what they charge to move a shaft from one club to another. But I could just also go, I kind of want a tailor-made driver. See, the shaft flex on this Mini, and this thing treats me pretty good generally, is stiff flex. Oh boy, what was wrong with that one? Way off the toe. Way off the toe. Okay, that pretty much puts us out. We'll finish the hole out though like gentlemen. 10 yards here. Okay, what's this putt for bogey? Okay, let's restart the challenge. I love how you have to click 15 things just to start the challenge. Are you sure you want to start it? Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Yeah, I have the wrench, this, and it fits. It's just everything. It doesn't work on my 3-wood is what I'm trying to say. If that's the wrench you're talking about, is this Torx head thing here, this T-handle thing. I think it'd be funny to maybe put this mini driver shaft on this on this full-size driver. I think that'd be hilarious. We'll figure it out. I personally think it's my swing. That's what I personally think it is. The 2 clubs have to be the same brand. No, we got a TaylorMade, a Callaway. I ain't too worried about it, dude. If you could just magically change the shaft of your driver and start crushing 300-yard drives, everybody would do it. So I am hesitant to think that that's the problem. It may be part of a larger set of problems, but not just changing out the shaft isn't going to suddenly turn me into a flying fat kid drive. Okay, where's the Big Bertha here? Let's try this challenge again. And you guys feel free to obviously come and go as you please. I'm just going to be doing this for a few hours. Oops. Okay, that's still not any better than the 3-wood, honestly. And then in typical Hazel Rocket Golf fashion, pulling no punches, he says it's definitely your swing, but equipment can help. Thanks, old buddy. "57 yards. Okay, I'm hitting everything fat and it is just killing me here. Okay, got quite a ways to go here. Let's see what this does. We got to hit this like 60 feet feel here. Total length there was about, well, not far enough, frankly. $13, $15. Okay, so one up already. Let's hit this Callaway off the deck, because who cares? It doesn't make any difference anyway. It doesn't make any difference anyway. Hit it off a tee, hit it off the deck, it just don't matter. Let's see here. 72 yards. We got too many clubs here. We're out of regulation, dang it. What's we got in the chat? Hazel says he's right there with me. It's his swing too. LOL. Yeah, I just don't. I guess what I don't understand is the deviation between on the real golf course and in here. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, we're even. We need to do that a whole bunch more times. So I don't watch a lot of golf. Do most of the pros hover their driver, or do they ground them? Do you guys know? I'm totally stupid when it comes to all that stuff. Okay. Yeah, this 3-wood is, if I could get see, that's the thing, is this is a Rogue ST Max 3-wood. The driver is the same thing, Callaway Rogue ST Max driver. The shaft flex is different, so I must not have been paying attention when I bought this. It's just crazy. 2,700. That's kind of crazy. Hazel says most pros ground their club. It was just a tip to promote a smoother takeaway. I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah, I realize, right, you're going to hit your driver, you're going to hit the ball because it's up on a tee. You're leaning back a little, you're going to hit your driver on the upswing. I just would think that hovering the club would be more accurate because you're not going from a grounded position to the ball, right? You don't, when you're hitting your sand wedge, you don't like have the ball here and like hit from here like you do with driver. Like you put your club under the ball because that's where you want, after your takeaway, you want your club to come exactly back to where it was grounded behind the ball. And that's why I would prefer the hover method, because you're bringing your club face back exactly from where you took it. I know that sounds stupid, but there's some scientific truth there somewhere. Hey, Steven. Yeah, that's what Flying Fat Kid was saying. He said you graduate to stiff flex at like 105 mile an hour club speed or something. Maybe he said 110. 16 feet, 20 something feet here. So close. Okay, let's get my Callaway driver out, just because I haven't been golfing for very long and I don't have any like hard habits I follow. So I have no problem trying different stuff. Okay, that was me hovering. That honestly felt a lot better than grounding the club, but same result. I got to figure out my over-the-top swing is what I really need to do. That's the problem. Okay. We need to hit this like 110. Hazel says, I think you would really benefit from the mile per hour putting chart. I do agree with you, but I can't use that on the golf course, so that's why I don't have it yet. This simulator is just a training tool to me. If I can't use something on the real golf course, I tend to not gravitate toward it. But I do see the utility in it, and I know Flying Fat Kid has one that he projects onto his floor. Okay, that was too much club. I listened to GS Pro, and I shouldn't have, because I wanted to hit gap, but I didn't. That's unfortunate. And also, my putting on the real golf course is one of my strong suits. It's just in here, everything's in 2 dimensions, and I think I get close enough considering how far the putts are, right? Like a 20-foot putt, even for a professional golfer, is going to drain like maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 of those. 5-footer. It translates if you walk off your putts, which the pros do, and I really need to start doing. Yeah, I get you, man. I might dabble with it someday, but putting is not the problem on the real golf course for me. It's off the tee. Off the tee is the problem. Just this damn slice is just insane, man. So out to in. So over the top. Let's see here. 120 yards. Okay, we got some tree there. And it wasn't a particularly good strike anyway. 33 odds. +1. I thought we were even. Smoking it, smoking it. What time is it? Oh, it's earlier than I thought. That's pretty sweet. 13, 12, 13 here. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, 300. Let's continue the struggle bus with the driver here. I'm on the struggle bus. I gotta stop coming so over the top. Let's see here. What random crap can we do to not come over the top? Let's put this back foot back really far. That wasn't bad. Funny though, it still looks exactly the same as the last shot that just sliced to hell and back. That's what I don't get about this lab software. That does not look that different from the last shot I took. 59. What's in the chat? This is level 8. Flying Fat Kid. If level 6 was 300 yards out, I would be in a heap of crap. Because I can't even beat this one. Sit. Okay. Well, you're on level 6 because you probably haven't been playing it, have you? Because once you get to these ones that require basically a drive, I would think you and Hazel would be just fine because you guys drive like 250 at sea level in GS Pro, I would assume. Flying Fat Kid says he's going to commit to get... So, forget what I just said. Steven says most pros hover their driver, but I thought Hazel said most pros ground their driver. I don't know. Flying Fat Kid says I'm going to commit to get to level 10. Yeah, dude. I really enjoy this, and I think it's useful. So I'm gonna keep doing it, but it's already pretty tough. It is already pretty tough, dude. 29 yards. We're downhill. It's going to play like 26, so I don't know, 20, 23, 22 here. Yeah, I didn't carry it quite far enough. You know all these videos on YouTube that are like, this one simple trick will fix your blah, blah, blah. And then none of them do that because it's all clickbait, right? There's no one simple trick to anything in golf. Well, I guess there is one simple trick. Just quit altogether. That'll fix all your problems. Yeah, this does show where you need to improve, because I was doing fine until I needed to start hitting my driver. I was fine even with my 3-wood. But as soon as I needed to hit anything above the 3-wood, the train came off the proverbial tracks. The train came off the tracks, gentlemen. Okay, that was just trying too damn hard on that one. And now I'm behind a tree. I think that might have just killed our round. Let's see what we can do. Can we get out here? We're right behind the tree, I think. 75. So let's waste a stroke here to get out from behind the tree. But I think we are dangerously close to being able to beat this one. Let's see if we can land something near the pin here and save our bacon. But I am not counting on it. Right. Let's see here. Okay, that probably just screwed us. What do we got here? A little bit to the right. 14. Get in that hole. Dang it. Okay. Let's see if we can get an eagle. Just kidding. We can't. 315. Hazel says Steven may be right with the hover. Bryson, he means Bryson DeChambeau does it, and I thought he was a rarity. Yeah, I don't, I know he didn't he start out as like a long drive bro that started playing real golf or something? Okay, Slicey. We're losing a lot of energy sending, right? The ball was 42 yards offline to the right. That's a lot of lost energy that could be used to propel the ball forward. And what's funny is this shot doesn't look fundamentally any different than the other one that was straight, right? I don't know. 94. Okay, let's see if we can put this in the hole to pass the test here. Nope. Okay. We're on shot 3 of a par 4. Hovering keeps you tensed. I agree that hovering, I have better results when I'm hovering, but I don't really have any hard established anything yet. $33. Like, I'm still like trying new clubs and crap. Nothing here is established. I just haven't been golfing long enough to have any, like, I'll do this for the rest of my golf career, you know, because it's too early to say something like that. That'd be a little naive. 30, 33, 30, 32 here. All right, how'd we do? Best score's 39. We just need to shave a few strokes. I think we can do this. Let's do it again. You guys feel free to leave whenever you need to leave. You are not my indentured servants. Be able to move in the morning. Can't believe it's already time to go back to work. This seemed like such a short weekend. Such a short weekend. So does this, I don't know how far, well, I know how far you've gotten, Flying Fat Kid. For someone who's gotten farther in Operation 36 than this, it shows different courses, like 6 or something. Do you just do the 25, do you do the same yardage increments but on different courses, or what is it? I guess what I'm saying is it the same challenge but on a different course? Sometimes I have a hard time articulating what I'm trying to say. Okay. So you got to do this on like 6 different courses before you can call yourself done with Operation 36, huh? Oh boy. That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal, baby. Okay, that's not what I would call a humdinger there. 3,000 backspin offline by 20 yards, which is like surprisingly good for me. That's surprisingly good for me. 78. Oh. Oh, come on. HLA was not great. We'll take a par. It just would have been nice to get some cushion, some cushion. Let's keep trying this crazy driver, baby. Your drive is so crazy. Your drive is so crazy. I mean, crazy's a word for it. $200 yards. Dude, I'm so good at golf. Okay, I would like to hit this ball approximately 98 yards. Approximately 98 yards. Roll up. Man, when did I start generating backspin? I was today years old. Who's blowing up my pager? Mama's blowing up my pager. You want to make somebody mad? When they send you a text, just send them a thumbs up emoji. Unless it's like a simple, like, one answer question, right? Like, okay. But if they send you some heartfelt text or something that's trying to tick you off and you just send a thumbs up emoji, boy, it really gets their blood boiling. Really gets their blood boiling. Okay, what are we doing with our lives here? Really boils that blood, baby. Did you just send me a thumbs up? Maybe it's just meant to be. Maybe that, I think that ball speed equates roughly to that carry distance, so I don't know, baby. I don't know, baby. $75 yards-ish. Of course, he sent me a thumbs up emoji. Yeah, that's how I know people hate it. My wife let me know pretty quickly. I knew that's what you texted me. 9 feet here, downhill, a little scary. Yes. Is that some cushion? We got some cushion, guys. We got some cushion. It's official. Let's go back to the old burner mini driver off the deck and see what happens here. Burner mini driver off the deck. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Still goes further than my driver off of a tee. I just want everybody to acknowledge that with me. That is why I keep putting my driver back in the bag. Okay, I want to hit this about 95 yards. Flying Fat Kid says turbo don't need no cushion. Yeah, this is like the 4th time I've played this. I fully expect to pass every challenge on the first try. So I don't know what's going on. I'm kidding. Or am I? What'd we do there? What'd we do there, buddy? Looks like we were moving through the turf. Felt a little fat. We might be SOL here. Let's bust out the pitching wedge and do a little bump and run. 14 feet. We'll go. Okay, this putt's for par, so we got to sink it or we will once again be back to even. 8-footer. And we blew by the hole really bad, and the HLA wasn't too bad. So we're back to even after 4 holes. We have got a long ways to go, ladies and gents. Let's hit the 3-wood off the deck here. 3-wood off the deck with the standard shaft flex here. Okay, that is a slightly higher ball speed by like a few miles an hour, and we went 240. I don't even know why I even bother with the driver. I don't know why. Okay, 75 yards. We will take no penalty from this lie, and the ball is going to want to go right. Let's try to hit about 70 yards. Flying Fat Kid says roll the wrist a bit more over at impact. Dude, I have no idea what any of that means. I'm really sorry. I haven't been golfing long enough. Sit. Come back. I haven't been golfing long enough. If there's a drill or something I can do to like roll the wrist, sure, but I kind of don't know what that means. Yep, I am that guy. Okay, we've got some more cushion here. This is going to play about 290. Let's hit Old Faithful here. All I need is my 3-wood and my 7-iron and a putter, right? bother. 65, tiny little calorie-free yards. What's this green doing? We got a false front, ladies and gentlemen. We got us a false front. We need to hunt for the pin here. 65 yards. I don't want to do it, but that false front will kick us back off the green. It'll kick us back off the green like Augusta style. Augusta style. Right? Can you see how this goes off like whee? If you go too far, you're dead. So we need to hit this about 14 feet feel. That could have been epic, but I'll take a par. Let's just stick with what's working here. The 3-wood doesn't seem to be doing us too dirty. That was a bit low. I guess that was low off the face. It wasn't. It was off the toe. Excuse me, the heel. Okay, so this green wants to roll off to the right. We need to make sure we land somewhere in this area here. Ish. Little 50-yarder. Little 50-yarder, folks. Ten-footer here. Okay, it would have been nice to get another birdie there, but we didn't. Three wood again. Do what works, right? Do what works. Ruh-roh. What the hell just happened? Oh, a land shark. Steven says, club path differences between your driver and those short irons. Interesting. Interesting is a kind way to put it. Just remember, I've only been seriously playing golf for like a year, so 10 months, 9-10 months, so. Right. And we're probably gonna get smoked here for penalty, power penalty, but we got one stroke. We got one stroke to play with. That is way short. Looks like we're probably going to need that stroke. That sucks. Yep, another toenail. Yeah, those are getting old, but they're still not as bad as hitting off the heel. That's a whole nother level of shame. 39. Get in there. Ah. Okay, it's a pretty docile looking putt. 5-footer. If we can keep the HLA under control here. Nope. Back to even. Okay. We might be able to beat this challenge. Let's play a smart hole here. It's 315 and it's uphill. Three wood strikes again. 65 footer. Let's check the heat map on the green. Nothing too concerning here. We want to hit about right there. A little 62 yarder. It is in very disappointing shot there. This is for birdie. We don't have a cushion. We got to get this ball near the hole. I'm just going to hit it straight, like 39 feet feel. Okay, that should have got the challenge. Okay, we got her. Barely. Barely. All right, guys. My wife needs me for something. I'm going to have to call it, but I think we called it on a good foot. As soon as I'm done doing what she needs done, we can see if, let's just see what does 9 even look like. It won't tell me what it is, but if we're hitting 300 here, then I'm guessing we're at 320 or 325 or 350. And then the 10th challenge, I would guess, is the normal course off of just the normal tees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm not real sure. I think right here on number 9 is where guys who hit a little further off the tee are going to be just fine. This one might be kind of hard for me to do because if I'm hitting my 3 wood to, let's call it 230, that means I would still have 120 into the hole, which is a 9-iron / pitching wedge. So obviously your accuracy is going to drop quite a bit. And then I'm guessing 10 is the full course, full unadulterated course off of a normal tee. I don't know. We'll see. And then you do it all over again for Central Park South, Premonition, Serenity Falls, Utah. That's where I am, is Utah. Top of the world, I thought was at a pretty high elevation, and then Whispering Pines. Beautiful. These are all really beautiful courses. I mean, I don't care for these ones that are necessarily inside of a, right? We're at Central Park. It's okay. Not really my cup of tea. These other ones are highly my cup of tea, though. Premonition, Serenity Falls, Top of the World, those are more up my alley. All right, guys, I really appreciate you. I'm going to go see what Mama needs, and I might get back on here in half an hour, 45 minutes. But everybody have a good night.